Good morning, this is Dana with Vinyl Designs Cut and Create, and today I'm going to show you how to apply a decal to glass, a car window, or any other hard surface that uses glossy vinyl such as Oracle 651. What you're going to need is a cleaning solution, which could be Windex. I like to use alcohol. I just put it in my little alcohol bottle here. A lint-free rag, a scraper, and some repositionable tape such as painter's tape. This design is actually a new design for me. It's hand lettered. Part of it is. The word joyful with a heart is hand lettered. And I am using a transparent glitter vinyl because I kind of wanted to see the back of the iPad to show through it a little bit. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that you have a very clean surface. So I'm just going to wipe my surface down. Make sure that it is nice and dry. Try not to touch it with your fingers afterwards because the grease on your fingers will leave an area there where it's difficult for the vinyl to adhere. And kind of let that dry just a little bit. You're going to place your decal where you would like it, kind of figure it out first. And then what I like to do is scrape the top of the decal. Make sure that you get nice around the smaller areas or the thinner areas of the fonts or design. And I'm going to flip it over. This is what I like to. I like to flip it over, and I like to go ahead and rub the back again. You're going to have the best possible transfer when you have your cutting settings on your machine correctly. If the machine is not set correctly, what it's going to do is cut your vinyl and it's going to push it down inside the paper, and it's not going to want to release. If it happens with you, I will show you what to do. But I know my settings are correct, so we're going to work from this direction. I'm just going to eyeball this. You can take a ruler and center it if you'd like. But I'm going to just place my design right here and take my repositionable tape. Just put it over the center of the design. This way it doesn't move. I'm going to lift the tape off of my backing paper, and I can see that it's coming up just fine. If it was not coming up fine, I would have to remove the tape, rub it down, and then you're going to want to peel the backing paper away from the transfer. And that will help if you have issues with the decal being cut too deeply. So, back to positioning this where I would like it. I use the repositionable tape to make sure that it doesn't move when I'm putting it down. I'm going to pull up the transfer tape, and I'm using AT65 transfer tape. Try not to touch the vinyl. Just take my scissors, and I'm going to snip that part off. Place that down. Remove my transfer tape. And go back and do the same thing. On this side, I'm going to actually take the paper off. I do have smaller letters on this side that I just kind of want to make sure that don't peel up, which they didn't. Now you're just going to take your scraper. You can use anything from a Pampered Chef scraper to a stiff credit card, although those are a little harder to work with. I like to use, I find these at Lowe's. They're in the painters department. Let me grab it here. Spatulas for spatulaing. They work nice, especially if you're doing larger wall quotes. You can get these at US Cutter for, I think they're like 50 cents a piece, but you have to buy them in a bundle of 20, I believe. And they work well. Okay, now that I have that on there, and I have it burnished pretty well, you're going to peel up the corner of the tape And the one thing that you want to make sure that you don't do is just lift the tape off. What you're actually going to do is place the tape down and just roll it. I'm actually got my fingers flat on the surface. And I like to go at an angle, and I'm not sure why that is. I think it's because when I use some of the other fonts that have sharp corners on it, it kind of helps a little bit. There you have it. The next thing I do is I take my backing paper that I cut off, and I put the waxy side down, and I'll go back over the top of the decal and just give it a final adhesion, just in case anything lifted when I was pulling the transfer tape. There you have it. Actually, I should turn it over here. There you go. Subtle. I didn't want anything like real bright, but there you go. This is file VV141 from Vinyl and Vectors. It's free for a limited time only at Vinyl Designs Cut and Create, the Facebook group. It'll be in the file section if you would like to try and see if it's still there. If not, it'll be up on the website later. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.